Art is too important not to share. Welcome to the Allie and Callie Artcast.
Hi, I'm Allie.
And I'm Callie, and welcome to the Artcast.
Yes, welcome.
Happy October.
Yeah, happy October.
Welcome to fall.
Yay, fall.
A beautiful time in the inland northwest.
Yes.
It hasn't started raining yet.
We could use the rain, though.
I know. I think it will. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think that might help the things in my garden finally finish ripening.
Yeah, I know.
I have been canning
like crazy
tomatoes. My tomato basil. You have 2 tomatoes?
I have one big one. And then one yellow one. And I had one other yellow one.
Okay.
Little one.
They're really good, aren't they?
They were. I ate the one, and I'll probably eat the other 2.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's not quite enough to make
not
sauce.
A big harvest.
Right. I put up 7 jars of
that's awesome.
pint jars of my tomato basil pesto sauce.
Yummy.
And I had a little left over, so Kevin and I had it for dinner last night. Oh my God, it's so good.
Yay.
I think it's the best batch I've made.
Best batch.
But good. I say that every year.
You do. But it is good, so who cares? It's the best this year.
Yep, it's the best this year.
Well, awesome.
And how's little Selah?
Selah's good. I have her a lot and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings, sort of. Sometimes before I go to work, and so that's a lot. It's like crazy time. But her favorite word right now is no. But no means yes, and yes means no, and no, and I'm like, ooh, we got to work on a new word.
Yep. Does she say why?
No, why? We don't have why yet.
Oh, it's coming.
No, but I'm Nama. That's
Nama.
That's my name now.
Oh, that's cute.
Nama.
I was Wama.
Oh, Wama.
I really liked Wama.
I know Wama's
but
cute.
Now I'm Grandma.
Yeah, but she can say Grandpa.
Oh.
But she won't say Grandma. I'm Nama.
You're Nama.
I like it.
Well, that's
so I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
So I hope she keeps it. So she's cute, though. She's fun, and she's just always excited. She's just outside. She likes to be outside because of the bunny and the deers.
Oh, right.
Deer and the bunnies. Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah.
There's always an adventure. And in Sanders Beach,
Yep.
There's plenty to look at, and
that's true.
They have fun. We like walking around, and she says, mine. And that means she takes my finger, and then we go wherever she wants to go. And we don't quite know what mine means, because it just means go with me.
Right. So
and then sometimes she says, it sounds like she's saying, dang it. Because I say dang it, trying not to say damn it.
Yeah.
Know? But sometimes I'm like, is she saying damn it? So I'm like, it didn't come from me.
Oh, I've heard some funny TikTok videos of kids that are repeating the words that they hear their parents say.
I am not going to let her hear me say a bad word. So
good luck with that.
I hope it's dang it. It's from me. I like dang it. So anyway, it's pretty cute.
Yep, that's pretty cute.
Anyway, how's your
life? Oh, it's good. Kevin and I went to a fire lookout on Sunday night, and it was probably, one of my bucket lists, but we've been planning this trip for over a year, and it was really pretty spectacular. Part of it was being able to see wonderful views, and the trees were so tall. It was more like a tree house. We did have a beautiful view of the sunset.
Well, that's good. So, how fun.
Yeah. But anyway, did you know that the Coeur d'Alene city has a huge public art collection?
I happen to know that.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know how huge it is, but I know it's pretty huge.
It's over 100 pieces.
That's way more than I thought.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
I know. I think it's pretty impressive for a small community like ours. And so we have Mary Lee Ryba here from the Coeur d'Alene Arts Commission.
Welcome, Mary Lee.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you on board, and we can't wait to hear more about the commission and what they do and what's going on with the Arts Commission. But first of all, tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah. Well, I am originally from Pittsfield, Massachusetts, which is where I was born, and that's called the Berkshires. And the Berkshires is a very cultural area. It's 3 hours from New York City, and it's 3 hours from Boston. I suppose my great interest in the cultural arts or the fine arts is how I grew up. I was a docent at Tanglewood, which is a wonderful music venue there in Lenox, Massachusetts, from the time I was in middle school to way into college. Norman Rockwell is the famous painter who actually painted my city.
Oh.
So all the people you see most of the people you see in his paintings are from Pittsfield.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And so there's a lot of theater, a lot of dance studios, a music conservatory, all of that. Is what I grew up with. So that's how much I love it. I graduated from the University of Massachusetts, got married, moved to California, had my family. I lived there for about 30 years, where I worked for UCLA in advancement. And then I moved here to Coeur d'Alene, luckily, and was recruited down to the University of Idaho, which is just a wonderful university, in the College of Engineering, also doing their development work there.
Oh, cool.
And so I've just had a great experience living here in Coeur d'Alene. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
We do have a great art collection, and we have great theater.
Yes.
And young aspiring artists. We are going to inaugurate a poet laureate in the city.
I think
which
that's
is a really big deal.
I agree.
I love that.
I love
And so she will be very active. She is going to write 3 poems a year that reflect Coeur d'Alene and will be part of our archives in the city.
Have we identified who that is?
Yes, Jennifer Pissarro.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and we had some great applicants, but the selection committee chose her, and she is a good choice. And so we'll have poet walks. It's also to promote writing, poetry with little ones. She wants to do poetry with inmates in the jail.
Oh,
so
cool.
all kinds of exciting things are going to happen with the poet laureate.
Oh, I love that. I can tell she's going to be a candidate for one of our episodes.
I know. We definitely need to speak with her.
Yes, we definitely do.
Yeah, she's a young mom.
Yeah.
So
cool.
She's busy.
Yeah, I bet.
Right?
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting, though.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the Arts Commission and how it works, because I think a lot of people are confused about where the money comes from.
Well, it is confusing. First, I'll just say the mission of the Arts Commission is to stimulate and encourage visual and performing arts in Coeur d'Alene and the surrounding area. The vision is to build a collection of public artwork in the city to leave a legacy for our kids that are coming through, and hopefully there'll be more and more children will be interested in all types of art.
Right.
It'll be really fun.
Yes. Good to cultivate those young minds.
Yes. So the city, back in 1997, the city council approved Ignite CDA, which had a different name at the time, but basically it's the Urban Renewal Agency. And so when they immediately were formed, we knew we had a downtown that wasn't doing well. Also, the Riverstone area really wasn't doing well. So that is why Ignite CDA came into being. And they immediately allowed a portion, or allocated a portion of the building that was going to go on in those districts to the Arts Commission, which probably an Arts Commission could never sustain itself or even have as much as we have without funding.
Right.
We didn't have to go and seek. So it first started with the Lake District, which is right on Lake Coeur d'Alene. And that's just around the lake. To date, that allocation of funds total has been about $1.5 million. And we have about $250,000 left in that account. So that was 25 years ago.
Right.
By the way.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That you have any left at all. Isn't it?
Right.
That's great.
And then they did the River District, which would be Riverstone. And so that total amount that we've gotten from Riverstone is about $500,000, and we have about half of that left. And so the art that we have put into these districts, they actually had to go into those certain areas.
Right.
Then there's 2 districts that are coming up that we haven't received any funds from yet. One is the Atlas District, which is along the Spokane River.
Right.
And then there's the Health District, which is in anticipation of a lot of growth by Kootenai Medical Center.
I think it's important to note that the money from the building is public works money. And there's a lot of people who in this town misunderstand and think that this money is coming from their taxes, and it does not.
That's correct.
Right.
It comes from Ignite CDA. We also receive 1.33% from the city from, it's called the Art Fund, and it's when the city itself builds a building. And we received 1.33% of that. So fortunately, right now, an example of that would be we put a call out for art, and it's at the wastewater management facility, which is also along the Spokane River on the Centennial Trail, and is the Green Energy Dragon. We had many choices to pick from, but we picked the Green Energy Dragon because it's very educational for students, and it has a flame from the wastewater management plant that will always be lit. So it's kind of fun. It's a dragon, and it's going to be 30 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and it's incorporated kids to do a lot of the mosaic of the art piece. And it's just very colorful and fun.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, and they do tours of all the schools through the wastewater management facility, so they can now get a tour of how the flame is actually produced from the wastewater. Yeah, so that costs about $70,000 because they are building a new building, which we'll get that 1.33%, which will be about $70,000.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I have ridden my bike past that flame. I'm really looking forward to that piece going up. It's really interesting riding your bike past it. You can actually feel the heat coming off of the flame. It's
well, you will definitely see it because it's 30 feet tall and it's green.
And I assume it's a dragon or some kind of dragon shape. That's going to be really cool.
Melissa Cole is the artist from Spokane. We will probably have the dedication late October or November.
Oh,
so
great.
Pretty soon.
Well, we'll look forward to that then.
I'll make sure you have an invitation. It'll be fun. We'd love to have you both.
For all your screen printing needs, trust the local you can count on. Pyramid Printing has been a Coeur d'Alene favorite for over 2 decades.
Specializing in screen printing, embroidery, signs, banners, and stickers. For all jobs, big and small, just give Eric a call.
Email us at info@pyramidprintingcda.com or give us a call at 208-664-0254.
pyramidprintingcda.com.
Greetings, listeners of the Allie and Callie Artcast podcasts. This is Jason from Tubbs Coffee Roasters. Keeping art alive and culture relevant is the heart and soul of our community of creatives. And as a local coffee roaster who loves a good origin story of a painter or a farmer or a musician, we proudly support the Allie and Callie's Artcast podcast's expansion and exploration through positive conversation. So grab a cup of coffee, preferably one from Tubbs Coffee Roasters, and tune in, humans. Your ears will thank you.
We have over 100 pieces, and they are located in the downtown area, Riverstone, Atlas. We have covered all the electrical boxes with artwork that can possibly be covered.
I love it.
We have something called Art Currents, which is 12 pieces at one time that the city is leasing from young artists. So that's really fun. We have a lot of artists come and go. One that you might know and also walk by is Gaia by Dale Young over in the Atlas area along the water.
I love Dale's work.
Yes, we have quite a bit from him. We have Dale and also, I've forgotten who else the artist is, but we have 4 pieces of microbes over there at the wastewater management facility in the front. You've probably seen.
That's Alan Dodge.
Alan Dodge, yes. He's so clever and
he
has such fun.
And I love those pieces because they are so cool. cool looking. And to know that they're actual organisms, that he came up with that whole idea. It's just amazing.
And of course, we have the 5 sculptures of Mudgee and Millie, which there's a map that you can do throughout the city from a book. And then we have 7 sculptures by Terry Lee, which we call the History Walk. So it's the miner,
The suffragette,
the worker,
The farmer. But he has one more coming in, which is a Navy nurse. Yay!
Love
a
it.
farragut
So
nurse.
and that's at McEwen Park.
And so if you're a resident or a visitor to the city, you can download an app called the Otocast Audio app. And it's pretty easy, but once you have the app, you just put in City of Coeur d'Alene, you tap it, and it immediately goes to those 100 pieces of art, the pictures, and you can tap any one. It has a GPS, and it will, if you hit it, it will have the artist give his or her own explanation of the art.
I love that.
It is awesome.
Very cool.
If you have visitors come to town, you definitely
great-
want to do that. I
So I
think
know-
that's one of our bigger assets that we have in the city, to be able to do something
Oh,
like that.
absolutely. Right. We used to do a ped bike brochure.
We still kind of do that, but this is replacing.
but this is really better, I think.
Well, it's
Well,
more up to date,
I know,
especially
with
with
the
young
world,
people.
Yes.
iPhones and all that stuff.
yeah.
The smartphones.
So you can take yourself on a tour
Yes.
of the public art in our community, which is awesome.
It's kind of interesting. We all are the commissioners. We love to hear what the artist has to say about the piece. Even when we have a selection committee, it can really change whether you want the piece or not.
Right.
So it's very nice to be able to actually hear in his own words, in the palm of your hand, what the piece is about.
Well, and
so that's
some
really
people
fun.
might not understand the sculpture, and it's nice to educate them
Exactly.
on exactly the meaning behind the piece, especially in the artist's words, which a lot of things can be misconstrued.
Exactly.
And so I think this is a brilliant idea.
Yes.
Well done. This is fabulous. We're going to have to do this.
I have the app. It's
Do
really easy to use, and it's really fun because there's other communities throughout the United States that are on the app, and it's kind of fun to go in and go, oh my God,
I could do that.
Carbondale, Colorado
yeah.
has their art collection on Otocast, and you might find another community that you just were completely unaware that they were on there. So you could take yourself on a tour of art all over the country.
This is great. Wow.
So how do you choose your artists? The whole process.
Well, the whole process is when someone comes to us, like, so say the wastewater management facility manager, or we just decide we want to put something up somewhere, we put a call out to artists. And it might be just to local artists, but it also may be to artists across the country. And we're very specific on what we're asking for. So the first thing we look at, when the artist responds, we want to make sure that they can actually do the piece.
Yeah.
So for example, for this green energy dragon, you couldn't just pick anyone to do a 30-foot structure because it's got structural steel, electrical, it's got the flame.
Right.
It has a lot of pieces. So
Right.
I think that is the first thing that we really look at, is to make sure that the artist can do the piece. And then if they match all the requirements, which there's a few, it's not really too hard, then we put together a selection committee of community members. And it's a varied group of people. And then we sit. Sometimes there could be 100 artists that have responded, and sometimes it could be 30. So it's a very long process. Sometimes we have to meet twice to kind of whittle it down, and then we actually put our request out to the community, and we locate it with a maquette, which is a small version of what they're going to do, and we put that in the library, and we ask the public to vote. When the selection committee makes a selection, they also take into consideration what does the public really like.
I love that.
I do too. And it's really a great process. And when you start and you have a favorite, it's never that.
Right.
So it's really fun. And I think it gives us the opportunity to have input from the community, which is really important.
The one in Saltese with the fish that move. Flying.
That is, isn't that
love
fun?
those.
I voted for that one.
All right.
I was on that committee for that call, and that artist was lovely to work with. I forget his name off the top of my head.
I think it was right before I joined the commission.
Yeah, he actually came here with his family and rented a home for a week so that he could complete the construction of it and then put them up. And there's something really cool about having met the artist and kind of being in that process that makes me feel just a little bit of ownership when I'm driving down Saltese Way and looking at the pieces. And I always check to see what direction they're in because they move with the wind.
Right.
So they're
very cool.
They
It's a neat
are
piece.
one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah. We have a piece, I think it's called Love, on the 4th Street Garage. It's a huge piece. You wouldn't realize it because it's pretty high up. And that changes with the weather. With the sun, with the clouds, it
that's
changes
so cool.
colors. And it's really beautiful.
Yeah, I love that piece too. And doesn't it light up at night?
Yes, it does. Yeah, another complicated piece.
Yep, right?
Yeah. So art can be complicated,
Yeah.
especially if it's made to be outside in our weather.
Yes, exactly.
So
Now, what events do you have? You've got one coming up, don't you?
I do. The Mayor's Award in the Arts. And Callie, thank you for nominating
I know.
Lorna
Yes.
in the category of Excellence in the Arts. So we have 5 awards that we give. Excellence in the Arts. This year we're doing the Patron of the Arts, which is going to be
Nice.
Ignite CDA.
Oh, nice.
Oh, great.
Yes.
That's really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
And we have the Support of the Arts, who is going to be Greg and Phoebe Washington.
They're with us. They were on the board of Aspire Theater, and
He started
it.
Aspire.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yes,
They're
which
great
is, as you
people.
can appreciate,
Yeah.
that theater feeds our summer theater and Spokane Valley. So that's
they're
just
great.
a very successful measure that he has started. We do Arts and Education, who is Roger Dunsmore. He was actually the big contender for the Poet Laureate, but he is a long time poet, teacher, writer, teacher from the University of Montana.
Oh, cool.
And has lived here in Coeur d'Alene for many years. He does postings around the city and has been doing it for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Putting poetry on telephone poles inside, like the Garden Street Yoga.
I love that.
Yeah, he writes poetry all the time. He's 88, and he's a wonderful person to fit that arts and education.
Nice.
And we are so excited. Our student excellence in the arts is Mariel Palmer Campreth. And the teacher that nominated her said she is a child prodigy.
Oh,
Wow. Oh,
And she
wow.
won the Congressional Art Competition
Wow.
for Idaho. So she's going to Washington, D.C.
Oh,
to
that's
show her art.
really cool.
And she just started. She's a senior at Coeur d'Alene Charter Academy.
Great.
That's pretty exciting. That's going to be October 9th.
And
at
that's
the
a Hagedon Center?
Hagedon Event Center at 6 p.m. And we have nice hors d'oeuvres, and we have quite a bit of entertainment. And
is there a cost?
there is no cost.
It's free.
You just have to RSVP to me.
Oh, okay.
Which is M. Ryba at gold, like silver gold, .uidaho.edu.
Okay, great.
And Stephen Shortridge has been our MC for many years, and he will do that again this year. And Jennifer Pissarro will be inducted.
Inducted as the Poet Laureate.
Yes.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yes.
I love that.
And we'll have the Poet Laureate come from Moscow. There's only 3 Poet Laureates in Idaho. So we'll have one. Moscow has one, and the state of Idaho has one.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
Can we go ahead and RSVP now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I got
Allie,
my
I know you'll
invitation.
want to be
I
there.
know. I got my invitation. Yes. Yes.
Yay. Add a little flair to your special events with Scraps Barbecue, a great catering choice for your next gathering. Specializing in golf tournaments, sporting events, weddings, and other family friend gatherings, their commercial kitchen can be on site, or you can choose to have a fully catered meal delivered right to you. Known for their authentic Santa Maria style tri-tip and tequila lime fish tacos, they can customize the menu to meet your needs for groups of 20 to 2,500. Contact Kevin at kevin@scrapsbarbecue.com or check them out on Facebook.
For all your screen printing needs, trust the local you can count on. Pyramid Printing has been a Coeur d'Alene favorite for over 2 decades.
Specializing in screen printing, embroidery, signs, banners, and stickers. For all jobs, big and small, just give Eric a call.
Email us at info@pyramidprintingcda.com or give us a call at 208-664-0254.
pyramidprintingcda.com. In addition to the Mayor's Awards this year is also the Idaho Governor's Awards in the arts, which is coming up soon. They don't have a date yet, but I was really excited to be on the committee to do the selection for that this year, which was really fun.
Excellent.
But let's get back to the Mayor's Awards in the Arts
In Coeur d'Alene.
In Coeur d'Alene, and it's going to be at the Hagedon Event Center on October 9th.
The Hagedon Event Center, just in case someone needs to know, is at the
golf course.
Right, at the Coeur d'Alene golf course.
Right. Good.
And it is at 6 o'clock. Everyone is welcome. It's helpful if they would RSVP to me, which is mryba at gold.uidaho.edu.
All right. We'll
Great.
make sure
and
we
we'll
put
have that in the description as well.
So it's free to the public, and it's a great evening.
Were you in it?
I
got
did
one.
win. Yes, I was awarded the Excellence
Who
in the
nominated
Arts.
you?
I believe you did. I believe you and Diane.
I believe you're
I
right.
think you did. And it's been several years. I just love it. It's just a great evening.
I call it the Oscars of Coeur d'Alene.
It is. It just feels great.
It just feels really
It's just you're in
celebratory.
a group of, like-minded artists of all types. It's not just music. It's not just theater. It's everything.
Right, all
And
media.
It's so wonderful.
Yeah.
It's just a great night. So, and it's a beautiful location.
It is
it's like-
overlooking the lake.
It's
Right.
perfect.
What
so.
year did you win?
I don't know. I can't remember that. That's hard. I don't remember numbers.
Yeah, I won in
Dates.
2003.
2003. I think I won in 2000.
You were a teenager then.
Yeah, you were a
was.
baby.
I was a baby. I didn't know anything.
I
Still
I want to
don't.
say I might have won in 2019. Was it?
Oh,
before?
yeah, right before COVID,
Before
maybe.
COVID, I feel like that might be
Yeah,
right.
that might
I don't
be
know.
right.
I have
And what was it? The event at the Hagedon event?
Yes,
It was,
Okay,
yes.
so it was before COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really fun. We've
Yeah.
had it there a lot of years.
Yeah.
We are in our 28th year.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is, and the organization of the Arts Commission is only 30 years old.
right.
So
That's pretty
they
amazing.
started it pretty much
Yeah,
right away.
I just think it's just the coolest thing to recognize creative people in our community, and it's amazing how many creative people we have.
It is amazing, really. And the support for the arts, visual and performing, is really great.
It is really great. Well, what is your favorite piece of the public art?
My favorite piece would be, and you're going to have to forgive me here, I think it's Hope. It's right there at the four corners of the city. It's the tall tower.
Oh, yes.
Hope and Peace.
Right in front of the Human Rights Education Institute. And
Is that the blue
carousel.
one? Is that the blue one?
No,
red.
it's the red
It's
one.
red one.
red.
Oh, that one's cool too.
And
I love
it
that one.
Just, I love the artist. I've had a chance to talk to her. She's internationally renowned, and that is just a beautiful piece that kind of as you enter the downtown area. We should do an event there or something just so that people are more aware of
it, yeah.
And Gaia is also one of my favorites.
Oh, Gaia.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Well, I already said that the fish and the birds
Yeah,
on
I love that
Saltese are
just
probably
thought of
my
another
top.
one.
But I really love the piece that was donated by the mother of an artist, and I don't remember his name. He is an artist in Moab, Utah, and his parents bought the piece and placed it in Coeur d'Alene, and it's in McEwen Park. It's right across from the Bowie restaurant, and at night it lights up, and it's absolutely beautiful when it's lit, and it's solar lighting, so it's just it's really really pretty.
I'm trying to think of the name of that.
Yeah, I want to say it's like Coeur or Coeur something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the allium, which I think
The
they're
allium is
dandelion,
really
but
cool.
they're
And
not
they
dandelion.
move.
I love that. I think they're beautiful. And then I also love the umbrellas. They're are they
on a roundabout,
Are
right?
they umbrellas or are they flowers? That is the question.
That is the question.
I don't know, but I love that one. That one makes me happy every time I drive by it. I'm just like, oh, I love that.
You know what I love too? I love the conversations that come out about the pieces of art. There are people that really don't like them.
Yes,
and
some
people that
pieces.
really love them.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, there's something for everybody out there. But I always think about what my mother, who's an artist in Virginia and has a degree in art, she says that the point of art is to elicit a response. The response isn't always the one you wanted, but as long as you get a response, you are successful with your piece.
Yeah. It's great to have discussions.
So having conversations about what it means, and then being able to listen to what the artist intended makes it even better.
Yeah,
It does.
I love that. So where can they find Chamber?
If they know how to go to the app store.
Okay.
Go to the app store, and it's the Otocast app.
Auto as in OTOCAST.
App.
And go to Coeur d'Alene.
And then that app will pop up on their phone. And then when they hit the app, just plug in Coeur d'Alene.
Okay.
And then you just hit that button, and it takes you immediately to all the art
pieces and a map that shows you where to find them.
Yeah, I have that right here.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And a description of each of the pieces.
Yes.
In addition to listening to you can read about them also.
You know what also is a favorite is the feather as you come onto Northwest Boulevard.
That was
It's gonna
Govadier, the guy that did the horses in Vantage, did the feathers on Northwest Boulevard. I know that because I actually have a piece of his in my house. It's very small, and I did not pay what I'm sure it was worth. But he's no longer living, but he was a very famous artist. The horses in Vantage up on the hill above Vantage in Washington are pretty famous. But most people know him by the runners in River Park, downtown.
Spokane.
Riverfront
Park, which is, those are fabulous. We should actually have something like that here because we actually do Ironman.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
I know. That would be cool. Maybe we need to suggest that to an artist, or you guys should put out a call.
Exactly.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Something about Ironman.
How many years have we had Ironman?
A long time.
And
Because,
hopefully for a lot in the future. as well.
I'm going to say probably 25 years.
At least 20. Yeah, I've lost track. Anyway.
Well, we are very busy. We have probably 13 to 15 committees.
Wow.
So actually, we are very, very busy. I think we'll finish this piece before we decide to
do
put a
another.
call out for
Right. That's probably a good
You're
idea.
always
Yes,
working.
just one at a time.
Well, we love what you do, and we love that you're bringing more art awareness to our town.
That's right.
To our city, to our area. Let's get more culture.
One other thing that we did this year that I think we haven't done in a really long time is art education. So this year we funded Emerge.
Oh,
And
that's right.
They have done half-day and full-day summer camps, and now they're doing classes.
That's great.
Which I just think is the best. I would, if I wanted to look ahead, I would like to do more art education.
I
great.
love
for
that.
all ages, actually.
I think that's a really great idea.
Yeah. So
Right.
we're pretty proud of doing that too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, you're doing great things. And
Yes,
we certainly,
I think the commission is. Yeah.
Yeah.
we really appreciate
It's a
all the
big
work
team
that
now.
you guys
Yeah.
are doing.
I might also add that we have 3 openings.
Oh, there you go. On the commission?
For the commission. The term is 3 years, but we have had just 2 people that have just dropped off that were on the commission for a very long time. So we are actually looking for perhaps someone in marketing, an architect, an accountant. If they also have a little bit of an interest in art, we would love to have them apply. They can just go to the city's website, which is cdaid.org, and the application is right there. It's 1 page. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Just fill it out, and we would just love to have a variety of people on the commission.
Yeah.
Yes, great.
That's great.
Talent, I guess I should say.
Right. So if you're
Talent.
interested in having a voice about the art in our community, that's a great way to be involved. Or even if you can't commit to being on the commission, to being available for the committees.
Yes.
That would be great too.
Helpful, I'm
Right,
sure.
you can be on the selection committee without being a commissioner.
Right.
So, and that's
Yeah.
a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
with us.
So awesome. Thank
we
you, Mary
really
Lee.
appreciate all that you're doing.
And I appreciate you guys too.
Absolutely.
So I'm Allie.
And I'm Callie, and whatever you do today, make sure it's creative.
The Allie and Callie Artcast is sponsored in part by Tubbs Coffee Roasters, globally sourced, locally roasted coffee. Scraps Barbecue, a locally owned catering company. The Ovation Company, standing for what is right and good. And Pyramid Printing, a Coeur d'Alene favorite for over 2 decades.